signature. Are you muted, Creaky?
I am muted. I am unmuted. Anyway, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of February the 18th, 2022, the German influence on Alita Battle Angel, where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your unmuted host, the Muskogee Creek from Denver, Colorado, and our co-host is Angelus, and he's from Brisbane and Queensland, Australia. How's it going there, Angelus?
Better now.
Yeah.
Unmuted.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a little bit of chaos doesn't hurt us, I guess. You know.
Apparently, 11 minutes ago, Creek Indian from the Alita Army just uploaded a new video.
That's exactly right. Yeah, although it is set to premiere tomorrow, so I like to kind of space them out,
yeah.
you know. So yeah, but yeah, it's a pretty cool one. So anyway, I like it a lot anyway. And I guess if anybody wants to join in discussing Alita with us, then I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you can just sign on. That means you, Finestro. You know, we're definitely going to be talking about some German stuff, so that's right down your alley. And anyone else, Safani Sung, if you want to come on, Hybrid, if you want to come on, Lee Lemon, anybody, you guys just come on. So no problem. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. How's it going down there, down under? Jealous?
Well, I'm not sure whether to take it as a compliment or go find a corner to cry, because I think Finny just implied that I was Swiss.
Well, I think yeah, I think he is. He lives in Switzerland, but he does speak fluent German. But he's it's cool if you don't want to come on. That's cool if you're still working up. Yeah, exactly. Ah, there's Safani's son. How's it going? Safani's son, I think you're muted. You're like what the creek was a while ago.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but
that's okay.
I know, because I see your birthday yesterday and my birthday 2 years ago.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, it's your birthday too, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because of the Super Bowl.
Well, it's two birthday boys on the same string. That's pretty cool. So
that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good feeling, Creek.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess Avon C is going to join us here in just a bit, and I invited Den and Maxie, so Den and Maxie are usually late anyway, so that's the way it goes for those guys. So anyway, but we got three of us here. We can at least start the discussion. Where are you? You don't have to give us your address there, Safani Sung, but are you in LA or are you in San Francisco?
I'm in Stockton, California.
Okay. Right, California. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's fine. You just say California. I don't even know. Stockton is part of the Sacramento area.
Okay. And we have Alejandro Cromago. How's it going? ¿Cómo está, Alejandro? How's it going?
Oh, very well. Thank you, Greg. How are you?
Muy bien. So anyway, doing well.
I checked that your Spanish is upgrading. That's great.
Yeah, well, my Spanish sucks. I can tell you, it's pretty bad. I mean, I know a little bit. I know some phrases, and I can order uno cerveza por favor. I can do that. I can do that kind of thing. But that's about, my Spanish is pretty limited, I think. So.
How many tacos will that get me?
That'll get you one beer, is what it'll get you there, Angelus.
Good enough. As long as it's not BB.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, after you've had several beers, you have to say "Donde es el baño?" You know, so you got to know where. In other words, where's the where's the
Okay. Oh,
restroom?
that's
So
great. That's important to ask
yeah,
for food or beverage. Where is the bathroom?
okay. And we got another guy named Hybrid out there, and he looks like he put some German stuff there. So Hybrid, you're welcome to come on too if you want. Anybody in the stream, you can come on. Just click on that link right there, and you can come on and talk about Alita. All right. So how's everything down? What you're in Colombia, is that right, Alejandro?
Yes, yes, it is in Colombia.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you're in the Western Hemisphere with the rest of us, except for Angelus. He's in the Eastern Hemisphere. So
That's right.
yeah. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and kick off the discussion here. The German influence on Alita Battle Angel. Just a couple of things about Alita. And there's a couple of sources I found that the name Alita is a real name. I believe I did a search on the number of people named Alita, or that babies that were named Alita. And I forget what year it was, but it was 1,249. So there's some Alitas running around out there, so that's a good thing.
I would sell my soul to be able to name at least one of my kids Alita.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to have any more kids. That's not going to happen for me. But I think what I might try to do, if any of my, well, actually stepkids, but if any of my stepkids have more kids, I might try to convince them, if it's a girl, to name her Alita. So
What do you? Alita is hosting this very stream, technically.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, she is. Yeah, she's in all our hearts. So yeah, she's hosting the stream, no doubt about it.
Or at
She's
least
that
the namesake is anyway, because isn't it named after Gary?
Galley. Well, Gary, yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Because I remember Den and I discussed this on a stream once. Is that the original name way back when was Gary, which is my name, my first name, and I guess that got turned into Galley. For some reason, I guess maybe because Japanese don't really pronounce R's, in their
Correct.
phonetic part of their language. So it became Galley, and then for English speaking folks, I guess that got renamed Alita, because it's a really cool name and that kind of stuff. So I guess actually, her original name was Gary. So she can do better than that, though. And as we all know, Alita's my niece. So anyway, at least my adopted niece, a fictitious character being my adopted niece. Anyway, that's pretty cool, So you can see there the way back when. I guess the name Adalahitis, I guess, was the first name, and Apala was also part of that. And that's Old German right there. That really old. When I say Old German, I mean pretty old German, like maybe a few hundred years ago. Where they speak a little different German now, because you see it says Old High German or Hochdeutsch. Isn't that right, Finn? Hochdeutsch. And Alita really means in in the bigger picture of things, nobility or elite, is what that means. So we all know that she's nobility in our hearts, and she's also elite. So that's where our girl sits, right there in the Alita army. She's she's everything that makes it happen, So Hybrid says genau. Yeah, he agrees. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So my German is a little better than my than my Spanish, that's for sure. But it's still not that great. So I can see Finestro's out there laughing because he knows I'm I'm speaking broken German, so that's but that's okay, or broken Deutsch, as they would say. So anyway,
This is a very good study of the roots of some words in German. Very interesting in Greek.
well, yeah, I mean, at one point, I used to speak fluent German. That was back in the 90s. I went to Germany for a while, was there a pretty good while, and I could speak decent German before I got there. And then, of course, you're around the people and my friends there live in a smaller town now. In large cities in Germany, just about everybody speaks English, but in really smaller towns, not as many speak English, but they still do speak English. I mean, several do, but mostly in small towns, they don't speak, as many people do not speak English as they do, in larger cities in Germany. So, but this is where Alita, this is where her, I guess, culture, her ancestry, that kind of thing. And Finestro says German is a difficult language. I don't know about that, Finestro. I found it I didn't find it easy. I mean, any foreign language, you got to study it and stuff like that. The only real way to learn a language is you got to start speaking it. If you gotta talk to somebody that speaks that language, and really the very best way is to live in the country, and then you certainly you'll pick it up, and the goal is, when you're speaking any language, is that English speakers tend to, when they go to a country, they'll think of something they want to say in English, then they translate it in their minds, and then they speak it. But the goal is if you can just speak it without translating it, which is kind of where I got to eventually in German, where I didn't have to think English first. I just spoke the German. That was kind of how I, my German got a little bit better, I guess. I would say, though, I haven't had that many German friends since the 90s, and I've had a couple of folks that spoke German from time to time, but I guess I don't speak German fluently anymore. But I still understand a few words, so we'll get there. I noticed that Alita Army's out there. That'd be Turlo Gorman.
I remember
Yeah.
some of the pictures of your Kansas bar that you show us in another sleep stream, with some pictures with you and your friends in Germany, right? Yeah, you were very proud of them. Very interesting. Your very Greek style Kansas bar.
Well, yeah, I guess. My experience with it is that from at least where I went in Germany, is that if you make an effort to speak their language, they're pretty friendly. They'll try to help you out, and they'll treat you a little more kindly, I guess, as opposed to somebody that say, hey, you got to speak English. No, if you're in Germany, or if you're in a Spanish speaking country or something, you speak their language if you can. Otherwise, it's going to be a little more difficult for folks. So anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, and I guess Alita Army, he's working right now, so I guess he's at work watching this, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, and I highly recommend everybody go to Alita Army's YouTube page. He's got some really good videos, so that's he really does. I mean, I really love his videos. I watch them, very frequently, and I like the way he edits videos, how he does quick cuts and stuff. But anyway, shout out to Alita Army on his videos. So, okay, about Alita herself. Of course, her name in the Mars Chronicles is Yoko. And, of course, Galley was her name in the Ouroboros program. And I remember Jay and I got in a little bit of a discussion about the Ouroboros program, whether or not it was... when she was in that program, I guess, or in the Ouroboros, she was kind of dreaming. And so we got into discussion, was it a lucid dream? Because if it's a lucid dream, she could control the program, but, I guess that was kind of a, we didn't really, we didn't solve that issue right there, but we did, send a few texts back and forth, Now, Alita was in this group called the Commer Group, and the Commer Group, Commer is it's a proper name. It's not anything, I mean, it'd be like any of our names. And that group you see there, GRUPPE, that's just group. That's a collection of folks. Now, Alita, after she got in the Commer Group, her name became Yoko von der Razorklinge, which means, as you can see there, Yoko of the razor blade. And that's because she used, kind of those edged weapons, with the what they call the elbow blade. So that's why they call her Yoko von der Razorklinge. So, that was her name for a long time when she was in, that's what they called her anyway, when she was in the military. Now, I think we've had a couple of discussions about this too, is that when she was in Operation Malwarf, her rank was what was, and I'm not sure I can pronounce this that well, but it was Giselle, I guess. Any of you German speakers, if you want to come on and correct me, I really have no problem with that, but would be what you would consider like a journeyman. Let's say, could even been a war artisan, or it could have been like just a warrior, so she was kind of down in the rankings there. But when she actually fought in the Zot, she actually obtained the rank of Hoher Krieger, which would be, or Hochkrieger, which would be high warrior, so that's a very Germanesque, kind of names, for their rankings. And I think we did a stream sometime back about all the different ranks, that they're, and we had a discussion at one point whether or not we thought Alita was a warrior or a high warrior. Well, I guess this settles it right here. We did come to the conclusion just in discussion that she was a high warrior, but we were guessing, But now, as you can see, based on that source right there, she was a high warrior, so especially after when she was fighting in the Zot. And I would say that was what Karula actually, rated her at. But I think when she got the Imaginos 2.1 body, she might have been more powerful than just a high warrior, because she has a lot going for her in that Imaginos 2.1 body. So. Anyway, you guys, any thoughts you guys might have?
Sure, Rick. I would like to say that Alita in Spain is a Spanish word.
Yeah. Okay.
These are diminutive of ala.
Okay.
Ala is the meaning of ala is wing in English.
Okay.
And well, the first mention about in the film about Alita is when Dr. Lido asks you, "What are you dreaming, little angel?" And the angel has wings.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The name, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Did I see that here? That might be coming up later on another slide. Yeah, where it means something, little winged warrior or something like that. I think I got that coming up in a slide, so we can chat about. But yeah, you're right. So Alita is actually a name in Spanish too. Is that right? What I'm hearing, Alejandro?
Yes, right.
I thought it was another word for like a chicken wing or something.
Well, those wings are actually made of Damascus blades, so I'm not so sure they'd be like chicken wings. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, but I guess and Angelus, you have to help me out here, or either Safani or Alejandro. I haven't read the manga in so long, and Angelus, you and I got to start doing that again. We got to go through another little session there of reading the manga like we did before. God, that's been over a year, hasn't it? But anyway, Yeah, there are a lot of German influences, you know, in the Erm military itself. I think even there was I think her commander was had a German name. I can't recall, uh, you know, who it was, you know, what his name was. Was it Colonel Payne or something like that? Wasn't it? I can't remember now. Uh, Smoke a joint, high warrior. Well, you know, a couple of things about smoking a joint there, Finestro. The Creek can't really do that because not that I have anything against that. I don't, but you know, since I'm a competitive power lifter, I can't do marijuana or what they call Mary Jane here in the U.S. or else I get yeeted. So we can't really do that one, you know. And of course, I can't really smoke anything; it'll get my asthma going. So, but anyway, that's what that is. So.
I would like to add something additional, Greek and Angelos. Maybe you have checked in some videos in internet that there was a very old Russian film with heroine interplanetary whose name was Alita. It's something very similar name. Maybe Yukito Kishiro could be influenced by this film. I don't know. Maybe you have some ideas about that.
Well, we did do a stream on you may be referring to one of the films that we compared Alita Battle Angel to, and there was a film in the '90s called Soldier, and the uniforms that the officers were wearing in that film or in that movie were, you know, they looked Germanesque to me. You know, they didn't. Well, I will say this: they didn't have any easily recognizable U.S. military insignias or anything like that on it, you know. So, and I just, to me, it popped in my mind they could have been, you know, kind of a German influence in that one too. But that was called Soldier. Is that the film you're thinking of, or was it a different one?
Okay.
Is that the right film, Alejandro, or is there a different one?
No, I think a different one because it was a Russian film with the 1924. It's a very old
Oh,
film, but the very curious thing is the heroine of that film. The name was very similar. It was Alita, but with an H in the
okay.
middle. But there are similar aspects of Alita because it was an heroine in the cosmos between the Earth and the Moon, or something like that.
That wasn't Metropolis, was it? That where that
Sure, it's the same time, right?
yeah.
You're right. Sure.
Yeah, was it Metropolis or because that is a really old film? That one, I think that was done in the '20s. Now that I think about it.
Yes, but it was a German film. Was Fritz Lang? I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I can't be. I can't. I think that was the name of it. The one I'm thinking of. It may not be the same film, but
Oh,
that's what I
excuse
thought
me.
it was anyway. So
But it's very interesting that you mentioned Metropolis because it demonstrates the very interesting aspects of the German people from the very first time of the cinemas in the cyborgs because that film is a city between cyborgs that share the city with humans, and that aspect I think that you mentioned is very interesting.
yeah, I think that might have been it then. Or I do know that Metropolis was one of the. They weren't cyborgs there though. I think they were like sentient robots. That's what I think they were because I don't know if they had a concept of cyborgs back in the
Oh yeah,
20s.
sure.
You know, so
But the people of German was very interesting in mechanical aspects because they knows very well the physics and all the science and I maybe you're right. I was wrong. It was the concept of robots, something more mechanical, not a combination. But the point is the interest in that kind of science fiction in that time.
okay, yeah, okay. Okay, any more thoughts about Alita herself? I don't believe Alita spoke German in Mars Chronicles. I don't remember seeing that. I think some of the signage on Mars had some German signs on it, on Mars. I can't recall any specifics about that. So anyway, I think under the dome, I think they had some German signage in there. I'm not sure about. Do you remember Angelus? I think New Cydonia was. I don't know. I don't think that was German. No Cydonia. So anyway, I don't remember. So.
And the ship name Deja Thoris. I don't think that. Oh, I don't think that's of German origin either.
Is that no Deja Thoris? Is that German origin? I thought that was a made up name.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is, or even like based on words in the German language. Like isn't based on words in the German language.
We just got Maxie from near Sydney, Australia, New South Wales. How's it going, Maxie?
Not too bad. How about yourselves?
Oh, good. What I should have said was g'day, but I didn't say that. So, and you could have responded with Hoka-hey, Creek.
I could have, but I've only just woken up, so.
Oh, okay.
The brain cells are still trying to activate.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't gotten very far. We've just been talking about Alita's name. Where it came from. Some old German. There is some old German language, or names that. Let me just jump back to it real quick, just so we can catch you up on it. Adal Hadis would be kind of an old German name for Alita, and Apala would be another one. But the main thing is Adele, as you can see. The main thing about Alita, it means noble, or there it is right there, Alejandro, small winged one. So that's and there's Alita. With a D instead of a T in her name. But that's kind of how her name, I guess you could say that'd be the ancestry of her name. And then, of course, we went a little bit more into her directly, about, her being Yoko. Of course, her name was Gally in the Ouroboros program. And her original name was actually Gary. So, which I love that a lot since she's my niece. And, yeah,
I believe I told you that one.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, and I think Dan also and I discussed it too some time ago. So but anyway, her name after she got into the Commer group in the Urim military was Yoko da Razor Klinge. Which would be Yoko with a razor blade. Because of the edge, the elbow blade. Weapon, the edged weapon on that. So.
But you do know where Deja Thoris comes from, don't you?
No, I thought it was just a made-up name.
It's the name of the princess in The Princess of Mars.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. But it's not German, is it?
No. It was written by an Englishman.
Yeah. Yeah, John Carter of Mars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like that movie. I mean, it didn't do very well in the box office, and it got beat on quite a bit by the critics, but I don't care much about critics anyway. So
yeah, well, we all know how useless critics are.
Yeah, except maybe old Mike Reyes. He's pretty good, So he's all right, So
well, the thing is, critics can be bought, can't they?
Yeah, or they don't do a thorough job when they're saying, "Hey, look at this part of the footage and just write a quick summary of it." They don't look at the whole movie, and and they take things out of context. So it seems to be the norm for some of these folks. So
sad but true.
Yep. Anyway, Maxie, any other thoughts about Alita in terms of her name and origins and stuff like that?
Well, have you talked about the history of Mars according to Gumu?
No, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Have you got a slide though?
I've just got some translation slides for different terms. So go ahead.
Right. Oh no, I was just going to say that the Third Reich Brigade was one of the original colonizers of Mars.
You mean it wasn't Elon Musk?
Well, back in the 90s, Elon Musk wasn't a thing. So when Gashiro came up with this, but no, it's there was a wave of colonization. There was apparently two waves of colonization, but in the first wave of colonization, the Third Reich Brigade was one of the groups that colonized Mars, and that's why there were so many German words, because they were a neo-Nazi German group.
And they colonized Mars.
Well, they were one of the groups that colonized Mars. Mars wasn't just colonized by them. There was several.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was kind of like America and even Australia was colonized. Different groups, I guess, right? Came to our respective countries and for different reasons, I guess.
Well, it did seem from the Zot tournament that Venus was colonized by the French. So they were the progenitors of those crazy some bitches.
Yeah. Well, who colonized Jupiter then?
Not sure. I couldn't really discern an ethnic origin for the Jupiter group, because they'd given up their bodies. They'd gone completely mechanical. So don't know.
Yeah, I guess they were all total replacement cyborgs, weren't they?
Yeah, they're just given everything the flick.
Yeah, and I guess they all had brain chips too. I mean, or more advanced than what they had on Zolom, at least. So, yeah, they were more closer to androids, I guess, as opposed to being cyborgs, more than likely. So, I guess you could make the case that Alita was an android too in Last Order, couldn't you?
Yes.
Although she did her skin, I'm not sure that her skin wasn't human. That's possible. We lost Safani's son. There he is. Okay, we just had Avon C join us. Avon, welcome aboard. Avon's from Germany, and he's going to be able to correct some of the Creek's bad German.
I'm actually a little bit late because I was in my mind I was still like set on my time is like 0:30 a.m. and I was set on like 1 a.m. So I was I'm a little late. So
oh, that's all right. That's okay. Let me go back a slide because I want to get your impression of this. I don't know how familiar you are with Old German. I mean, from antiquity, maybe 500, 600, 700 years ago, or when it was Germania, even further than that, does any of those words ring a familiar note to you? Those in yellow there, Adelhadis and Adele and Apala, any of that stuff ring a note?
I think the somewhere in the middle where it's about compare German for what's called nobility, or in German it's called Adel, like being of nobility. So, that sounds like familiar, but the other words, I would probably have to have some like context or something, maybe in some sort of story or something. But by themselves, only like nobility, Adel, kind of sounds familiar.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably like English. I know when I was in high school many years ago, not that many years ago, Maxie or Angelus, we read Chaucer's Tales, and that was old English there. And man, it was hard even for an English speaker to understand that, because I mean, the language has evolved so much over the years, so, it's, I didn't recognize probably 75% of the words in Chaucer's Tale. And I am so sure that the German that the folks spoke in Germania is a lot different than it is today. That'd be my guess anyway.
Like I'm looking at like words, for example, like a bit later, the noble, like what's in quotes noble, and the edel before that. pretty much depends on the context. Like when it's about nobility, of course, like being or in German would say eine edle Person, being a noble person, but it always depends on the context, which like the word edel has like different
or eine edel Leute or something like that even.
Edel in German can mean stuff like noble or precious or fine, depending on the context. So,
well, we all know Alita's precious, don't we?
Oh, sure.
And you better think she is, or she'll cut your head off. So, yeah, or say edel Leute, right? That's another word I guess you could use. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess we established. I guess Alejandro asked this question, or said something about. In Spanish, it's a similar thing where it's noble or small winged one, So, I guess it's kind of similar in Spanish to some degree, so. Although I think Spanish is more Latin based, isn't it? German is more, it's not Latin based, is it? I can't remember. And then of course, now we got on this one. So, she's a high warrior. What's that? How do you pronounce that? It's not Hochkrieger, but it's Hoherkrieger. Is that what it is, or Hoherkrieger? I can't.
After joining the Kammer group.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm trying to read, like after joining when there's like a German word like right in the middle, I'm having a bit of trouble like jumping back and forth between German and English.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but sorry about that.
But after joining the Kammergruppe, it's a bit stark pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
Alita was known as Yoko von der Rasierklinge.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yoko of the razor blade.
Yeah, because she had that edge weapon, so where she could put blades on her forearms, and just slice people to bits, if she wanted to. So, and that down, you see where it says Alita it says high warrior, but I copied that out of that wiki thing. But to me, I thought it was Hochkrieger, but I'm not sure about that. Does that sound right to you there, Avon?
It would be like okay.
That don't make sense. I copied it. I mean, I just copied it, but you know how these things are in Wikipedia and stuff. People put anything in that thing. So,
I think I never had to like specifically pronounce that, but I would say Hoher Krieger or the High Warriors. Like, imagine you would say Ho and then like just a like long R, like Hoher.
Like Krieger, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what Finestro was saying. Of course, Finestro says Swiss German's a lot different than German, so I don't know.
I mean, I have to admit, I haven't like really dealt with other like for example Swiss German or like Austrian German or like the different like pronunciations and stuff. So I'm not really like that well versed in that. I mean, even in the different like dialects here in Germany, I'm not really like that well versed. I'm just like mainly speaking like the usual like street German, so to speak.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, because I know when I was in Germany back in the mid '90s, I pretty much stuck to Hochdeutsch, because it's people can speak Hochdeutsch, So I think I got that one coming up there, Maxie. Yeah, the elbow blade. Yeah. Now we're gonna butcher that one up on my list when it comes up, because they had some weird translations on it, so we can change all that good stuff, So yep.
Wait, is Maxi and Angelus are muted, or?
I think Angelus is muted.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Stupid.
Oh. Yeah, that's the way I started out the stream. I was muted, and Angelus had to say, "Hey, Creek, you're muted." So
I was,
Muted kind of day.
I was like, wait, is Maxi talking? But why am I not hearing him? Okay. Elbow
How do you-
blade. Okay.
Yeah. How do you pronounce that one, Avon?
The elbow blade in German.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh God.
it's like Elbogen block.
When I have to consciously like spell
Yeah.
a word. Okay, elbow blade in German would be Ellbogenblatt.
Yeah, Elbogen block. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and hybrid there says, yeah, Hulk would be correct, but you got to cut, since you're using Krieger, you got to conjugate it to Hulker, I guess.
yeah.
I just thought I'd bring that one up because you were talking about her name and saying it was because of the elbow blades, but
yeah,
I knew there was a German pronunciation for that as well, which is
yeah. Well, that's one of the Panzerkunst. That's one of
techniques.
the techniques. So that's why that we're gonna see some of that. So. And her rank is journeyman. I pronounce that Gazelle. Is that right? Or did I butcher that one up pretty good?
That's actually like on point. I mean, I've just looked it up myself because I wasn't really aware what Gazelle means in English. So, but I think that's about on point. So
it's interesting because the wiki says that it translates to war artisan, not journeyman. So
yeah, I know, and that's I got it off of that fandom thing. So yeah, because war artisan is one of the ranks. So yeah, I think that journeyman's incorrect. I think in battleangelfandom.com wiki, I think they're wrong.
I mean, you could probably also say Geselle in English would mean like assistant or but when it's about like a job or something, that it's journeyman is about right. So
yeah. Okay. So any more thoughts about that? I guess Malwarf is mole.
Yeah,
that's right.
The person says Gazali. Why is it right?
Gazelle. Yeah, Gazelle.
Gazali.
Yeah.
No, speak. Can't say the German language.
Yeah, well, I'm not very far ahead of you. I mean, I used to speak fluent German, but those days are behind me by 5 years.
I'm not German speaking. I'm Asian, guys.
Now that I think about it, like Gazelle, I mean, the German Gazelle sounds like awfully close to when you like the animal gazelle.
Yes, I thought that.
So
yeah, maybe animal. Maybe it's the rank is animal.
This is just names and pronunciation myself.
Yeah,
she's an animal in combat, all right. So
yes, she is. Yeah, and Finestro brings up a good point. There's the old dare die das stuff, the conjugation thing. So
oh god,
yeah, that's right. Ich bin du bist, sie ist this, that kind of stuff. So, that's what that is, I guess. So, okay. So anyway, I guess we hit that one pretty good. Any other thoughts about that? Now, the term Alita, the name, we talked about that a little bit too, Avon. Alejandro said Alita is also a proper name in Spanish. Does that have any significant meaning in German, or is it just a proper name like Alita, just like you would name anybody in any language?
I mean, I'm of course a bit biased since I know that Alita is like in my mind a female name, but before actually running into this fandom or franchise before the movie, I've actually never really heard of the name Alita. So, but just going by it, I would have supposed like it's a female name. So
yeah, I did a search on the name Alita. I mentioned it a while ago before you guys came on that they were like.
It's a nice name.
12. Yeah, it is a nice name. 1,249 females were named Alita one of the years. I can't remember. It might have been 2019. I can't remember. But So it's it is a real name. People really use it. So I mean, it's not a common name. I mean, you figure 1,249 females named Alita. There's a whole bunch of females, obviously, so it's not very common.
Well, if you got them all together and taught them Panzerkunst, they could be the Alita army. If you get, you get my drift.
Oh. Yes, they could be the Alita army. Yes,
since
indeed.
you mentioned Alita in Spanish, wasn't there like a joke going around a while back about Little Wing? Like I think Cran also made like a small joke artwork sketch kind of thing about that, like or Little Wing, Chicken Wing, or something.
Yeah, that's what
Chicken
Angelus
Wing.
was saying. Yeah, but I think that was before I was in the Alita army, so I didn't know anything about it. So. I guess Finestro liked the way I conjugated that. Ich bin, du bist, er, sie, es, ist. I guess he likes that. So thanks, Finestro. So.
And as said Dr. Ido in the movie, Alita is a nice name. It sounds very nice. I think it's great.
Oh, yeah, I think it's a really nice name. Oh, Hybrid says Gazelle could also be companion. So I guess it would depend on context, I guess, the way the sentence would be structured or, how it would be described or something like that, perhaps, So Hybrid, I got a sneaking suspicion you're a German guy, or at least you speak really good German. So if you want to come on with us, there's the link right there. You can come on. There it is. So any other thoughts about Alita? We all agree she's got a really nice name. The Creek's niece has got a really nice name, no doubt about it. So
I would like to add that the first part of the name in Spanish is used for things that are very small. And the fact, the size of Alita in the first time of the film is very small. It's a very young girl. So that's the meaning of there's something very small, very delicate, very tender, and it gives that feeling. Given the name of the Alita in that way, I think it gets to the heart, right? Because it's something that is very tender.
Yeah, I don't know in combat if Alita would be really tender. she is a whirling dervish in combat, I think. So she, she certainly looks like a sweet little girl in that picture right there. But holy moly, she'll cut your head off in a heartbeat if you're her enemy. So
Are you sure the first impression, just like how it sounds?
Yes. Okay, I think we hit that one hard enough. Now, here's some of the Panzerkunst technique. Now, we would be amiss if we didn't at least, kind of talk about what Panzerkunst is. It means armor art. And of course, this is what they teach cyborgs, And before we get into that list, another thing you need to know is that Herzschlag you see down there, that really means heartbeat, I guess. So I guess the inference is that Panzerkunst is a heartbeat of the Mauser school. I think that's the way I would interpret that. Do you guys agree with that, or is it vice versa? Maybe, maybe Panzerkunst is a heartbeat of the Mauser school, the opposite. So,
that's like heartbeat. I'm just going through like the different words there.
Yeah.
Geschwindigkeitsball, Speedball, Geschwindigkeitsball.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to admit, like, some of these terms I still like vaguely remember from like different parts of. I mean, God, I have to read the manga sometime again.
Yeah.
But plasma bite.
Yeah, that shadow tracking, Schattenverfolgen, I guess, would be shadow tracking, I guess. Hertz a Haon, we know what that is. That's heart strike, you know. So now that you see the elbow blade there. Now that was the way. Now what I did do on some of these is that I used Google Translate on this, and that Ellen Bogen Klinge doesn't look right to me. That it looks like what you had up a while ago, Maxie. What was that again? Can you put that back up?
Sure, give me a sec. Luckily, I hadn't closed the page.
Ah, cool. Yeah, because that doesn't look right to me. So yeah, that looks better to me, I think. Yeah, blot to me. Yeah, that's blade. So yeah, that's I think you can't always trust Google Translate, I guess. So okay.
You'll have to adjust that slide, Creaky.
Yeah, well, I can't do it while I'm on the stream, you know, because it's it's already in there, you know. So what I'll probably do is adjust it at some point, and then maybe upload the video or something like that, you know. So
I have a T-shirt with that image on the right there on it because reasons.
Oh, Creaky, how far away from you are you from Austin, Texas? Like, is it very far?
Probably around, say, 800 miles, maybe 850 miles, I think. You know, somewhere in that area.
That's quite a distance.
Yeah, it might be less. It could be 700. I'm not real sure. Let me do it. Let me get on Google Maps real quick. I just because you know what? Oh, here's a neat thing. Next year, the folks that that I work for, our next conference is going to be in Austin, Texas, and I'm definitely going to tell them, hey, you got to schedule me to go to that conference, you know, because I want to try to go to Iron City. So
I got a hypothetical for you, just quickly. If you could meet Rosa in person, would you travel 700 miles, 800 miles?
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I drive that with no problem. Yes, I definitely would. That's not even a consideration for me. Absolutely, I would. I don't care. It could be snowing. I'd still do it. You know. So
in that case,
let's see how far I am.
Let me.
No, I was right. It's 921 miles. So yeah, I was right. So it's probably take me a day and a half to get there, more than likely. You know.
There you go. The Austin Convention Center on March 12th. You're going.
March the 12th. Let me see. March the 12th. Oh, God, I got to go to that. That's March the 12th. March the 12th. March the 12th.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the neat thing about that. I got to teach a class on March the 7th through the 11th in Dallas, Texas. Man, that'd be just a nice little side trip down there, wouldn't it?
Just pop over.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're from Texas?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Road trip time, Creaky.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they're flying me down to Dallas, but
I'll be driving over there, driving into Texas.
No problem. Yeah, no problem at all.
Maybe pay Iron City a visit as well. So
yeah, yeah,
yes,
for sure.
We want pictures, we want videos. It's like you said, you finish up on the 11th. It's like on the 12th or 13th, I think it said.
Wait,
on the 12th. So I'd have to.
On the 12th.
I could fly into from Dallas to Austin, and that's a short flight. I think it's like 30 minutes, and then rent a car, and then.
Hey, Creaky, if you get to talk to her, slip her a note telling her that we were trying to get her on for the 99th episode of Radio Chaos, but her manager's a scumbag. Won't even talk to
Well, I
us.
wouldn't say that to her, but wouldn't say her manager is a scumbag. But okay, she's going to be discussing season 2 of Undone. I don't know how would I get to her about Alita? I'm not sure about that. So,
I mean, you can slip like maybe something about Alita in there. Like I've seen interviews about Undone, and she eventually has been asked, and back then she more than willingly also talked about Alita. So
yeah.
sure, you can slip something in there. So
yeah, God, I need to write. Shoot me that, will you? Shoot me that. Let's see. Looks like the.
I would be more than glad to.
Yeah, put that in my DMs, will you?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm looking at my timetable here with the days off, and it's funny enough, I have the week after off, and actually now I'm considering should I take the week before off too and maybe travel to the US, but
yeah. Well, you and I could meet up there, Avon. You know, we could meet up there in Austin, Texas. I think. You know,
I wonder if I can get the clearance from my specialist to either get my vaccine or get the medical exemption, so I can travel there as well.
yes.
All the way. But we'll see. But yes,
Yeah.
at least because you said that you would travel 700 miles.
Absolutely, I would. Absolutely. Yes, sir. I sure would.
But yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's enough.
So you sent me that in the DMs, right?
Correct. Twitter DM.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Yep, I got it. Yep.
Oh, and Finestro earlier made like 2 comments about a bit of the wording on that slide, which was gonna.
But this one right here, or
both actually, like suicide or suicide technique and the plasma bite. So
yeah.
It's just minor, but like just for the
yeah, yes, it's probably right. You know, that's the old Google Translate. So you know, it's not. You know, and then of course the dim mock is like what he's got. Yeah. Well, forgive my keyboard. You know, I don't have umlauts on my keyboard, so you know, it's going to be difficult for me to get that. But
these umlauts, or like when you would do the U with these 2 dots above, you could actually get around that by doing UE or AE, which is kind of similar. I mean, it's rarely done nowadays. We use the usual umlaut.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
That's one way. I mean, usually when you go like U with the 2 dots above, especially in emails, you would write UE. So
yeah. What about that? What about that Geschwindigkeit ball? Is that correct for speedball? I mean, why wouldn't you say something like Snell ball or something? You know, because I guess Snell means fast, I guess, doesn't it? Mike Snell, you know, I mean, so, you know.
It's actually speedball. Speed is like Geschwindigkeit, and well, of course, ball.
Yeah.
So it's I would have said like right off the bat Geschwindigkeitsball as well. So
okay, all right, cool. Okay, Baumenkunst. Yep. I don't know. That might be right. I don't know. Ruckten Slag. It'd be missile blow, perhaps. You know, does that look right? Auser shrub, would that be outer thrust, I guess?
Outer thrust. Äußerer Schub. It's probably another A or AE, like the A with the 2 dots.
I see. Is the U got an umlaut over? Is that what it is, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Outer thrust. Yeah, should be about äußerer Schub, like for outer thrust.
Mm-hmm.
personal wisdom,
Yeah.
persönliche Weisheit.
Yeah. So is persönlich, is that correct? I mean, it looks reasonable, but of course.
Personal wisdom, the persönliche Weisheit, the O would be another umlaut with the
Okay.
and the own style. Wait, where was that from? Like
That's kind of like when they referred to it. I guess where was that? Because I did a video on this some time back, and they kind of used both terms. You know, they called it either personal wisdom or own style. In other words, the style of the cyborg or the style of the Künstler, you know, would be their own style.
So when each individual has their own style of doing things, or along those lines.
Like for instance, the plasma weapon. You know, that is Alita's own style. You know, she's the only one that, or I would say maybe she's not the only one, but she's, you know, it's probably very rare that a Künstler would have, you know, plasma, would be able to manipulate it. Now, a different Künstler might have a different kind of weapon that's every bit as powerful that she can't do, you know. So that's what they were saying, you know, that each Künstler, each berserker, or whatever you want to call them, had their own style, or it could be a technique, it could be something inherent, you know, in their construction of their body or something like that. So,
yeah.
Do you have a slide for the ranks?
For the what? What's that again, Angelus?
For the ranks of Panzerkunst. Weren't they using German words as well for the various?
Well, they were. I'm gonna pull that up, and then we can go to that. Let's see. I have to find it.
I just thought you would have done a slide on it because I'm almost.
Well, I do, but it was in English, so you know, I guess
okay.
I could bring that up, I guess, and we could talk about it. Let's see. There it is. Let's see here. Oh, we lost. Lost eight. No, we got Avon. Who did we lose? We lost. Yeah, we lost Alejandro. Yeah. Okay, there. No, that's not it. Oh. Let's see. Yes. Yes, I do have it. I definitely have it. Let me save this because I want to. Okay, let's do this. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got there. I mean, it's in English, so you know, you see War Artist in there. That's the Gazella, I guess. Or it could be Apprentice too, couldn't it?
Apprentice would actually be. Wait.
Ooh,
what's?
Hang on, I found it. I'll share my screen, see if
Okay.
everyone can make sense of it. There we go, just up the top there.
Yeah, kind of do the old Control Plus on that so we can see it. Cause we can't see that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go.
Control Plus on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, now you can scroll down, I guess. Because we see Honest Games trailer on there, so yeah, the other way. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Gazella is a War Artisan. Some of my okay, where are we now? Yeah, we kind of lost the rankings there, Angelus. So
Could use Control F and then
there it is. There it is.
I'm not quite sure.
Anfänger is beginner,
beginner, but the
Yeah.
second term, Zereta, I've never heard that one actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound familiar. I mean, enthusiast does, of course, but the term beside that, never heard that one.
Lehrling, yeah, that makes sense. Apprentice learning, they're learning, like Lehrer, would be a teacher, so.
Yeah.
And of course, Meister is master. Adept. Now, that don't seem right to me. Licensed master would be something Meister, wouldn't it?
Adept.
Yeah. And Altmeister, would be elder, Adept. That don't look right to me.
Adept would probably be like when someone is skilled with something. So.
Yeah, but I think that's a
license.
proper name. That licensed master. That's a rank. That's a name of a rank. So it wouldn't be adept, I wouldn't think. What would be the German word for licensed? What would that be?
Master.
I mean, there's the master above that already, so I'm not quite sure what's the distinguishment between licensed master and master. Is it's just like licensed, lizenziert?
Well, I tell you what we can do.
Sounds a bit odd. So
let's go to.
Anyway, I stopped sharing that, but I thought I might look it up, and because I know, like I said, some of the words were German, but some of the words aren't.
Meister, and Meister.
Let me share my screen here, so I'm going to do a.
Meister.
Yeah, there's Alejandro. He's back. Okay, let me share that. Share. I can't. I got to take that off, I guess. I got to remove that. So now I can share. No, still won't let me share.
Hi again.
Well, it won't let me share. How about that shit? It won't let me do it. Okay, let me stop my screen then. Now I can share it. Maybe. There we go.
Hi again, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're in. Yeah. You see that? Does that look right to you right there? That one?
Yeah, that's like in word per word translation. Of course, that's right. But
yeah,
I'm having a bit of trouble seeing how there's like much of a distinguishment between like just a master and a licensed master. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much difference there, I guess.
So. Yeah, I guess not. So.
I mean, the licensed master could just be a bit more experienced, so I assume so.
Yeah. Well, let me go back to my slides here. There we go. So. Okay, so I guess these are. Some of them are okay. Plasma bisschen, a little bit of plasma, I guess. That's what it sounds like to me.
That would actually the plasma byte is the plasma oder. Oh, God, when I'm trying to go from English to German,
yeah.
That would be just plasma bis without the en.
En, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go back through this, I guess. So, plasma bis. Yeah, I said plasma bisschen, but that wouldn't be correct. Bisschen would be, like, you say ein bisschen, a little bit. That wouldn't be right for that. So.
Saying bisschen, like, there's a German word which sounds like that, which would describe bisschen, which would be BISCHEN.
Yeah.
That would mean like a little. So.
Yeah. like, you know, ich spreche nur ein bisschen Deutsch. You know, I mean, that's what that would be. It wouldn't be like that bissen that you see there, bis, right? Plasma bis. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, German.
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly hybrid.
Yep. Okay. Any thoughts? Is there any techniques up there, Maxi or Angelus or Alejandro or, you know, Safani? Is there any up there that I don't think there are any other Panzerkunst techniques up there? I mean, I know there's a lot of karate techniques that Kunstlers use that are not part of Panzerkunst, but oh, I know what I wanted to say. The term Panzerkunst or armor art actually does have a realism to it. I mean, there was a, I think I saw a video or on a website or something like that where the term armor art was actually used back in the 14th century, you know, for folks that were fighting people that wore armor. You know, so I guess they made that stretch, you know, to say, okay, this is Panzerkunst. this is the ancestor of Panzerkunst. So. Okay, yeah, Charlie, that's a lot of German. The Creek can't read that, so you know, this is what it is right here. Creek would have to sit down with that for about 5 minutes, figure it out eventually, you know. So
how does German sound like Poland and Polish?
no, it's not Polish, it's German.
I know it sounded like we have Polish German and it was mixed.
Like he was talking about making tweets in German or something like that. You know.
I don't.
So.
Moondart,
I guess it'd be world art or something, you know, something like that. Anyway. Okay, I guess now this next one, this is really weird. I'm not sure about this was some of the terms they used in the ZOP. And I did the translation on that, and that doesn't look right to me either. You know, we saw that the Elbogenblatt was really the elbow blade, not elbow leaf. You know, but
elbow leaf.
Yeah, that's because that's going to be the blade, not the leaf. So, so anyway, yeah, it's not. There's nothing leafy about it. But what about that? Yeah, what about that Alcer? What's that? Stase or Stasi? Stas? Except bumps. What does that mean?
Except bumps. That's the word in the actual on the actual page, is it?
Yeah. Well, the on the left in yellow is what was on the actual page, I think. So.
Oh. Oh boy.
Yeah, that doesn't look right to me there, that one.
Außerstoß. Oh God. When I have to translate certain words into English. I mean, I would say like Stoß would be like maybe push or push or maybe shock. So
yeah,
not quite sure. Or maybe kick. Something.
Yeah.
Or hit. Like, there's a lot of dependencies on the context. So
what about Alcer though? What does that mean? I mean, I'm not sure what that means.
Außerstoß. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that another for outer thrust? Maybe it could be. It could be another.
Yeah, fenestra. It could probably mean äußerer Stoß, which would translate to something to outer hit or outer punch or something. I mean, again, there's a lot of dependencies on the context how you can translate that. So.
Well, what I thought it might be, I just looking at that would be, you see, is it up here somewhere? Yeah, There it is. Well, we had Alzer Shub. That would be outer thrust. I wonder if that's just another term for it. That would be outer thrust. Maybe.
Like an outer hit or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Elbow. Okay, elbow leaf or
Elbogen
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elbogen blood would be elbow blade.
The Elbogen blood was in relation to Alita's arm blade, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the same thing.
That's probably elbow leaf if we go just by the word blood, but probably better translation to elbow blade or something. So
yes, yeah, elbow leaf is what it translated to directly, and that didn't sound right to me. So, okay, Einzugrüstung.
Einzugrüstung.
Yeah, Einzugrüstung. Yeah, I don't. It says collection of armor. I don't know what that means. That doesn't sound right to me either. Yeah.
I would probably have to see the page in context or something. Okay, I mean, some of the German words in the manga, from what I remember, were like just like not just like right smack in the middle without any kind of relation to something. Just like one. Okay, like you would name some special move without any kind of relation to anything else. But Einzugrüstungen, how could I translate that?
Yeah, I don't know. One. Yeah.
Probably anyone in the chat has any ideas? Maybe Finestro or Hybrid?
Yeah, or maybe Kowalczyk Karl, maybe.
Yeah, because I'm a little lost on this one.
Yeah. What about a Kowalczyk Karl? Do you know Einzugrüstung? You know what that is? Put it in the chat. I'll put it up there if you do. Okay. What does that help any Avon?
Anzug der Rüstung.
Yeah. Is Rüstung, is that armor? That can't be armor because that'd be Panzer.
Rüstung is actually armor or could be.
Some of the Rüstung. Okay. There's another take on it, I guess. Okay. Someone got Rüstung. Okay. Okay, there you go. Here's a good one. Wearing of armor, or wearing or equipping of armor or something. Maybe that's it. So, Einzug. Yeah.
That would actually make sense. Like equipping armor as some kind of special move, like perhaps to protect against like specialized protection against like an onslaught of enemies or something.
Yeah. Okay, Rüstung, he said, is armor. Is that a synonym though to Panzer? I mean, or what? So I'm not sure about that one. So.
Rüstung, would be like when you, Rüstung would actually be when you like, wear armor, or like when, say for example, you're a knight and put on your armor, like when you put on your Rüstung, that's kind of like it. So
Okay.
so yes, it would be armor. So
Okay. So it's kind of like a synonym to Panzer, then, right? Or sort of.
yeah,
Okay. What's that? Einsat Rhythmin, Einsat Rhythmin, onset rhythms. I think that's just that's that vibration thing. You remember Erica did that to Zazie? What was that?
oh yeah,
Anybody?
the thing that's went sort of sent rhythms through her, like what was it, her brain or her body, and then
It was her
later
brain. Yeah.
went to counter that. So
Yeah, and Alita had to kind of do an opposite frequency to nullify it.
yeah,
So that's what that one was. So
otherwise kaboom,
yes,
which is kind of an odd concept.
yes,
Whoa, wow.
yeah. Well, I guess the idea is that the vibration increases over time to the point where it explodes. I think that was the idea, and Alita had to kind of reverse it by doing some complementary frequency, something like that. And so she kind of put her hands on Zazie's head because Zazie was expecting to die within a month, and Alita put her hands on her head and did that. Something
It's
like
slightly
that.
different from that, Creaky. What it is multiple small hertz ions which are sent bouncing around the body.
Okay.
And after a certain period of time, they all intersect in the brain.
Okay.
And destroy the brain by cross resonance. So if you take multiple resonances and cross them over each other, they amplify.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a time bomb.
Yeah. And Alita, though, I guess what I'm saying too, though, is Alita had, from what I remember, she put her hands on Zazie's head, to cancel out those vibrations or something. Does that sound right, Maxie? I mean, that's what I thought I read.
Well, basically, if you match the frequency in reverse, it will basically create a flat line. So
yeah,
this is all like the theory of what was happening in the story. I'm not saying that this is an actual thing, but basically, if you create a completely alternate resonance, and it was tricky because she had to get the right angle of where that resonance was in the body at the time.
Yeah.
But she had to basically work out where it was at the time and then fire an opposite resonance at it to neutralize it. So
plus she had never done it before too, from what I remember. Is that right?
No. Well, there's so few Panzerkunst practitioners in the
Alitaverse.
Yes, the Alitaverse at the time sounds like a fair comment.
Yeah, it does.
Then
yes, it does.
it wasn't particularly needed.
Yeah.
Until it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it actually the scenario that Erica actually planted that specifically in there, and that assuming that Alita would at some point counter that, and that her countering that left some sort of message behind or something? Or I vaguely remember something that there was something hidden inside.
I think Alita.
I think the point was that only very few people could have created that in the first place.
Yeah,
so
I think
that was the message.
Yeah.
And Alita sort of recognized, okay, there's only like one person I remember who was able to do that.
And that'd be Erica. Yeah, she knew it was Erica that did it. So.
Yeah.
So it could double up as a calling card for Alita.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, quite a deadly one. So. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's Erica for you.
Yeah, and it could have been messy too.
Well, of course, she's not really alive, so.
Yeah. Okay. The show slug. I think, wasn't that a similar thing we had on the previous slide? Where was that? The show slug. No, I guess not. Missile blow.
Geschossschlag.
Yeah, the slug. I don't see that right there.
Well, you got Raketen-Schlag.
This Fendus kite ball is the only one I could think of, but that's speedball. It's where they hide a bullet in their mouth and they shoot the bullet out of their mouth to deflect the bullet that's being shot at them or something like that.
Well, Geschoss itself would be like, either bullet or projectile.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and Schlag hit,
Yeah. Yeah.
So projectile hit.
Yeah.
Or
and then Herzaheon, we know what that is. That's a heart strike, of course. That was, that was kind of cool. Yeah, that punch she did toward the mirror in the movie was a Herzaheon, I guess. Although the technique was, but it didn't deliver any of the electromagnetic or any of that, compressed air or whatever it was. Like Maxie, you or Angelus could probably say better than that. But I think, doesn't it have an electromagnetic component to it, Herzaheon, or a vibration component to it?
It's a resonance component. So
yeah, resonance. Okay, yeah.
But basically, you're putting a vibration into armor, which can pass through the armor and then affect internals.
Yeah.
So basically, it's an armor bypass technique used against cyborgs.
Yeah, that way they don't have to contend with defeating the armor. They just get the vibration through it. Yeah, that's right. Verslok, what? That don't look right to me. Shed. What does that mean? Verslok.
I had to look that up myself just now.
Yeah, that doesn't look right to me. That'd be some form of a hit too, wouldn't it?
I vaguely remember that from the manga. Would probably be some kind of counter strike to hit, like I would assume probably trying to block an oncoming hit or something.
Yeah, or maybe a counter punch, perhaps. Yeah. Well, guys, here. Hybrid has a pretty good take on that right there. That was for the Geschoss.
Hey, Creaky, when you were doing this slide, were you reading the Panzerkunst page on the battleangelfandom.com?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Because your slide doesn't seem to agree with most of what they've got written here.
Well, I'm not sure about the German words. Let me pull that up because I don't have the source there. But let me see.
Well, while he's pulling that up, I'll bow out because I've still got one more night shift left to go.
Uh-oh.
And get into my Betty Byers time.
All righty then, Angelus.
99 Angelus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't let the big bugs bite.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all have bed bugs over there in Australia, do you?
Not often, unless you live in filth.
But we got drop bears. We got boxing kangaroos.
Don't let the massive huntsman spiders fall in your mouth while you're snoring. Okay.
Yeah, that's you don't want that.
So I'll just be dreaming of the Alita sequel that is going to soon to be announced, hopefully. So in the meantime, film those sequels, baby. Catch you guys later.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think this is where I got it, Maxie, right here. BattleAngelFandom.com, Wiki Alita. I think that's where I got it. I don't have it on here. Let's see, it's Battle. There it is. Okay, let me see if I I got it right here.
I got
Let's
a
see.
share for you
Where
here.
is that?
I don't know how accurate this stuff is. I'm just going on what the
Yeah, there it is. There it is, right there. I got it. Yeah, there it is. I got it. Okay. Oh, do you have it here? Let's see, because I just found it.
Oops. It was there, then it was gone.
Damn it! Come on now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, here's what I have. Let me see if I can find it. Get it over here. What I have is this. So you can see there, that's kind of where I copied it right there. That's what I got. You see this right here?
Right.
There in the middle. Yeah. Let's go down here, back up, I guess. Yeah, there it is. You can see it a little better. So yeah, that's where I got it. So I got it out of battleangel.fandom.com/wiki/Alita. That's where I got it. So
All right.
Verslag. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Somebody got Verslag?
It says partition or box
Yeah.
on this, but
Well, Finestro says also that Heartstrike is also Herzschlag. So, and of course, I think it's different than just a hit, though. I think Herzaheon is actually where they have that resonance or vibration component to it. So I think it's kind of like an additional, a kind of a different term for that, the different kind of energy it delivers, to whoever's being hit with it. So.
Ash Black Whitestream became a German language class.
What's this? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is kind of funny, Ash. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do it, though, because there is so much German influence in Alita Battle Angel, or Battle Angel Alita, not Alita Battle Angel. Battle Angel Alita, that I thought it was worth exploring. And so what I did was I took these terms right here and did this. So I just ran this through. I ran this through the Google Translate, and it it does that. So here we got Maxie's gonna. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'd gone off it.
That's all right.
You want this one? There we go. I didn't realize I was still sharing.
Yeah, partition or box. Yeah, Verslag. Yeah. Okay, so Herzaheon. Second strike, delivering a second Verslag, which is to the focal point of the shockwave. Okay, yeah, shockwave. Yeah, there's a good term for it.
So there's two ways of doing it. There's either the immediate one, which is you fire one, you fire the other, they cross, and then there's an explosion.
Yes.
Or then there's the timed one, which can take up to weeks for them to come together.
Yes. And it looks like that Herzaheon, I guess is how you pronounce that. It's a second strike. I guess it adds a little bit more energy, to it. I guess to the first strike, maybe. I'm not sure. Or I guess where the first strike, I guess where the focal point of the first strike is, the second strike delivers more energy to it. I guess that's what it is. So.
Well, when you cross two resonances, they amplify each other.
Yep.
Apparently.
Well, yeah. Apparently, too, they got to be. I guess they got to be. What's the word? Complementary, I guess, too. Because if they're not, if it's opposite, it's like you say, it flatlines it, doesn't it?
Yep.
So
you can either cancel it or multiply it.
So it's not only a good thing to have a German on the stream, but also a scientist. So yeah. Okay. So anyway, I guess that's that one. I guess. So this is pretty much way off. I guess this one. You know, I guess the English translations for it are kind of way off. So, well, maybe the Gestalt slug is not, but and neither is Hertzaeon, I guess. So, or Hertzaeon, I guess. A shed, verse log shed, no partition. You're right. So, yeah, I guess I'll have to change all this, Maxie. You know, and then attach it to the stream as a video. You know, for you to look at. I'll have to do that, I guess. So, okay. Let's see. Let me do this one, I guess. All right. Well, I don't have anything else other than that. Any thoughts or any other topics you guys might want to talk about?
I would like something to talk about the cast of Christoph Waltz, like a German actor in his intervention in the film. That is very interesting because the accent of the English that he managed in the
Yeah.
film is very German.
Yeah.
So it completes the idea that Iron City is like a city that converges many languages, like say Alita, and many different people from different countries that join together in that the last of the cities. But the accent of this actor is very strong German, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Christoph Waltz. He's definitely a German. I think he's Austrian, isn't he, Avon? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's German. I think he's Austrian.
Maybe I remember the first phrase, one of the first phrases of the film, that when he mentioned when Alita asked him about Salem, he said that the last of the great sky cities. That phrase is very strong German accent.
Yeah.
And another thing that I would like to mention is do you remember the cartel of that Alita picked up when she's giving some food to the little dog? And this paper talking about the wanted of Grewinska, like a killer of women. This paper is writing in 3 different languages.
Yes.
And the first one is German.
Yeah, that's right. It had some German on it. It had English on it for sure. And the other language, was it Japanese? I can't remember. I don't.
No, it's Spanish.
Spanish. Okay.
Yes. But the first phrase is vegan mordes gesucht. Well, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. Maybe Avon can help us in that. But
yeah.
I think it's very interesting because it's, I don't remember well, but it's the only paper in German during the film.
I would actually have to. You mean the paper that's on the ground later? If there is a German version of it, I would actually have to look it up. Oh goodness, where is it?
Well, I think one of the things about that paper too, Alejandro, is that you remember when Ito was telling Alita when they were walking, down the main street there, and he was taking her on a little bit of a tour of Iron City. He said that people had come to Iron City from all over the world. So that I think it follows that any kind of printed document like that would have the prevalent languages on it, so all the people in the city, or at least a high percentage of them, could read it. I think that's the way I see that particular wanted that leaflet, that was a wanted, more or less a, kind of a wanted poster type of thing, so it was in all three of those languages for that reason, and there's probably more than just those three languages in that city, because I do remember seeing that in one of the I guess it's one of the extras that you get with the DVD, or one of them, I guess it's the one that has 2 or 3 little snippets on it, or stories. I think the one that Keenan Johnson did, where he was explaining the different communities in Iron City, he explained like 6 or 7 of them, and they seemed that they had, or maybe there's 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5 of them had different languages. There was a Chinese district, Spanish, and stuff like that. So it would stand to reason that they would have a notice like that in more than one language.
I'm having the scene in the German audio version of the movie up right now, where is the wanted poster.
Yeah.
And there's like German, English, and Spanish on this paper. Like and in the top part, wanted for murder. Then the German version, wegen Mordes gesucht, and then below that there's querido para el asesinato. So
Yes,
it's
and
like,
let me tell you, Avon and Creek, that phrase is a bad translation to Spanish, because the meaning is different that the paper said in German or in English.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because the word querido is something that you love. No, it's different the meaning of wanted, and so it's a bad use of this word. And the another point is querido para el asesinato. The real meaning in that phrase, when you read it in Spanish, is something that you love that is wanted to kill somebody else. So I think the translation in Spanish is not correct, but I don't know why, because Robert Rodriguez is a very detailed director.
He is Spanish. He does speak Spanish, doesn't he?
Yeah, sure. She speaks Spanish because her family, I think, is from Mexico, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Finestro says he writes in Swiss dirt German, so whatever that is. So,
but I think this paper is like a type of Rosetta Stone. You remember
yeah,
that this was writing in Egypt and Latin and Greek. I remember. In this paper we have 3 I think 3 different languages. There are more people from different origins in Iron City, but it's very curious that only these 3 languages appears in that paper.
Would the Spanish word querido actually mean something like when you write a letter to someone, like my dear, and so on?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
something that you love. For instance, a woman to a man say querido, or something that you
okay,
love, right? But
Okay.
the words, the exactly word in Spanish, would be requerido, or necesitado, or solicitado. There are some specific words more directly to the meaning that something that is needed, because he was a murderer, he was killed somebody. Another thing is not very well used para el asesinato, por el asesinato.
okay.
So this pronoun is it's not correct. I think it's very curious.
Well, it looks like, Alejandro, you found a mistake then in the movie.
Sure. Well, in this paper only, the another cartels like the like the Dr. Ito's clinic, or maybe you remember when the last scene with Alita is going out to the track.
Yeah.
Um, this cartel in Spanish, las cabezas rodarán.
Yeah.
The heads will roll down. This is it's a very uh, strong meaning, but it was writing there. So it's very curious that Alita's going out in with he has his marble body with the Damascus blade, and he's going
Yeah.
to challenge to Salem. But the
Yeah.
cartel that is going to out is writing in Spanish, and it's telling to the people that he's going to cut the head of everyone.
Yes. Well, I do know also in the movie, I can't remember, I think it was when Alita was fighting the cyborgs in the alley. I seem to remember there being like a small sign or something that either had Chinese or Japanese on it. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I think I.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me.
When she was playing the scrimmage, maybe you remember when she made the goal to
Yeah.
introduce the ball in the hall.
Yeah.
There were some words in Japanese.
Yeah. There was some Japanese there, or either
Yeah.
Chinese, because
No,
I can't
I
read
think
either.
it's
Was it
Japanese.
Japanese? Okay. Yeah. It stands to reason that they would have a lot of written uh, writings, or a lot of writings that would be in many different languages, since what Ito said was, since people, kind of came to Iron City, from around the world, that they would all get the Iron City. That to me makes sense, that you would have all those languages. Because you remember, Alita said, why so many languages?
Sure.
I
What
think that's what it was.
what I also found curious, like since we're talking about languages, in the scene when Doc Ido and Alita walk off from outside of the clinic, and Nurse Garrett is remaining, you hear in the background a couple of voices, and independent of which voiceover you're actually hearing or running at the time, is actually the same kind of voices. So you eventually will hear like Spanish
Yeah.
being spoken in the back, or in one scene you hear in the back someone speaking German. So
Yeah.
that's independent of the actual voiceover. So it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting that they kept that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it adds something. To me, it's like they really paid attention to detail, because they did stress, that there'd be a lot of different, there was a lot of different languages there. And that, to me, it's another example of how much detail, how much Robert Rodriguez paid attention to that level of detail,
Yeah.
and where he would have those different languages like that in there, just to reinforce what Ito said. Because if you saw a movie like that where he said, you had all, why is there so many languages? And he explained it to her, and then after that, all you heard or saw was English. Then it would be like, okay, where are the other languages? I mean, that's the way I interpret that. So.
But let me ask you something. Do you think that Alita had the capability to understand different languages?
No, I think in the novelization, there was a thing where Ito was kind of checking her out or something like that, and he noted in the novelization that she was only fluent in English. Now, whether she could say a few words, who knows? But I think anyway, that's what I remember, Maxie. I don't know. I think you might remember that too. That he noted that she was only fluent in English. So.
Because well, that is a good point. Because in the film, the first word that Alita mentioned in front of the mirror is well. It's in English only.
Yeah.
So maybe the only thing that she remembers is the language of English, but maybe has the capability at least to distinguish different another different languages, but as you mentioned in the novel, maybe it's only fluently in English.
Well, I think from what I remember in the Mars Chronicles, and once again, Avon, you or Maxie or even Stefani, you can correct me here. I don't recall her ever speaking anything other than English. She maybe did. I don't know. Do you remember any of that? Because that's my recollection of it.
Well, I mean, she's speaking the language that you can read because that's the only way you can read it. But I mean, canon-wise, there's no great reason why they'd be mainly speaking English on Mars because it was colonized by the Japanese and the Germans mainly. So I can't see why Alita would only speak English. It's just that that's the language that you understand.
So in a way, she's
seen
German.
The movie or well, she's German Japanese as I understand it.
Well, Yoko von der Razorklinge. That's her name. So she's German.
But I mean, because it's an international property and it's been translated into multiple languages, it kind of loses that whole. Well, she's speaking X language, so she must be X national. No, it's translated.
Exactly. And there's no indication in Mars Chronicle of any kind of language, is there? I mean, they just wrote it down. You read it, I guess.
It's kind of like the universal translate in Star Trek. It just works.
Yes.
Everyone can understand each other.
Except when it doesn't work because it's good for the story.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, okay. Any other thoughts? Of course, you can see Creaky's niece in the middle there. She loves her Uncle Creak. So anyway, and if y'all aren't careful, she'll blast you with that plasma weapon. Or you'll get a plasma bis.
Let me tell you that it could be nice that maybe I love my Uncle Creak. What do you think if it's writing in German too?
Yeah.
And in Spanish, that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, ich liebe meine, I don't know I can't remember the German word for uncle, but ich liebe meine Uncle Creek. Verstehen Sie das? Well, that wouldn't be any questions, but anyway.
In Spanish it sounds, yo amo a mi tío Creek. ¿Alguna pregunta? That sounds great.
Yeah, I think I tickled Avon. He knows I'm speaking broken Deutsch. So anyway.
So that was good.
Okay. So anyway, any other thoughts about this? Any other topics you guys want to talk about? Because I mean, it's kind of like Ash Blackwin said, oh wow, this has turned into a language class, a German class. Yeah, and that's what it was, I guess.
How's since you mentioned Mars Chronicles earlier, where are we actually currently at? Like, I haven't checked out Mars Chronicles in a while, but
I think we've got 8 volumes, but there's another one coming out not too distant future, isn't it, Maxie?
Yeah. Hang on, Cranberry sent me a link the other day. Where was it?
But Kishiro himself is actually like slowly like working on it. It's not like they're just like dishing out chapter after chapter. So.
Oh, by the way, Maxie, Finn says you're an alien. So I guess Australians are like aliens, aren't they?
Apparently. I don't know how that works, but all right.
In my mind,
I believe I have the same DNA as the rest of you all. So
yeah.
Yes. I'm trying in my mind to have like a Japanese accent. What you just wrote there, Maxi, like watashi wa oichi no kuri. Oh God, no, no.
According to Google Translated, that is "I love my Uncle Creek."
Okay, let's see. Where is that? I only see. Oh, okay. That's I guess that's volume 8 of Mars Chronicle. Where's the translation? I don't. I don't see it.
It's in text chat, man.
Oh, in the text chat. Okay. This one? That looks like Japanese to me. Well, I know in German.
Yes, that's why I put it up there.
I know German. It's Ich liebe mein Uncle, or whatever uncle is.
Uncle
Creek. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. What's the word for Anza Fraga? Perhaps.
So yeah, volume 8 is coming.
Yeah.
Nani?
When does it? I got to get that. When is it come? When is there a date on that thing, Maxie?
Yeah, 14th of June.
Oh, nice. I got to get on. That's Amazon too. I got to get that.
No, this isn't Amazon. This is rightstuffanime.com.
Oh, well, it's probably on Amazon too then. Only $9
I would
too.
expect so.
Yeah, only $9. Wow. Who is that character?
Oh, now you're pushing your luck. I'm trying to. He's see, it's German, so I don't know. Like, German doesn't stick in my head very well.
Yeah.
He's the guy who he's the business representative from that shoe company who was captured on the Deja Thoris.
Okay.
But he's actually a spy. He's like an infiltration agent for the Mauser.
Oh, is he the guy that betrayed Alita and?
He doesn't like them very much, Eric.
Yeah.
He doesn't like them very much, but he's working. He's working for the Mauser school. He's a Kunstler.
Ah, there we go. Hybrid's got it right.
Every time I hear the word Künstler, I'm imagining like Künstler in German would mean often mean like something art related. So like I mean like painting pictures or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't tend to think of a Künstler as somebody who can cut your head off, right?
So he's like the Bob Ross of the of Panzerkunst or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh gosh. So anyway, there's volume 8. God, I guess Yukito Kishiro is still writing that, which is a good thing. You know, if he's still writing, maybe that'll be another little bit of an impetus for Disney to give us our sequel. Damn it, that's the way I feel about it. So,
well, as long as he doesn't turn into George R.R. Martin and doesn't finish the story.
Yeah, exactly. God, I guess he's just going to keep writing, because I thought volume 7 was supposed to be the last one, wasn't it? I thought, but no.
Wait, you mean like that after volume 7 there's like nothing coming, or I mean?
That's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, because he had some health issues, didn't he, Maxie? I mean, I thought maybe
he slowed down for a while because he got addicted to computer games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the last thing I'm sorry. I mean the last thing I remember from Mars Chronicles, they were like still, I mean, in quote, somewhere in the middle of the story, and I wouldn't have imagined that they that he would even remotely be able to like wrap this up like pretty quickly. So it would feel kind of rushed if he would. But I think it's still like several volumes off, even if he were like to push it to the end. So I mean, like, there's still a lot of stuff to be told, I guess. So
yeah, I guess Finestro says, Tank Künstler is Tank artist, and it's kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah. So
yeah, you don't tend to think of an artist as someone driving the tank, So yeah, the Chondro, getting a girl like Alita would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Although she's my
Kaufman.
niece, so
Kaufman found it. He's Kaufman.
Okay, Kaufman. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is Kaufman. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Why
So
am
it took me a while to find it.
Why am I suddenly imagining Alita driving a tank and being like, "Oh, this is Panzer Coons"?
Yeah, exactly, and that's
Oh, God.
what Finestro's saying here.
That's my imagination right there.
Yes. Now I would say to Nicandro Ramos, how he wants a girl like Alita. Yeah, be careful now. She's my niece, so you know. So anyway.
I would like to ask you to Avon if he has watched the movie in German, and if what do you compare the film in German and how it sounds different from English?
How does it sound? I mean, like compare the German audio to the original English. Oh, can't quite remember. I think I'm more used to the English version because, like, for many years I've been sort of sticking to the like mantra of trying to when something is originally done in a certain language, I'm trying to listen to it in that. So if it's like in English, and I mainly listen to that, and I think I appreciate the original audio more because like there's a bit of difficulty when you're trying to get like certain things across in translation, especially with pronunciation and the moods and the way the phonetics of how certain words are coming across. So I'm more appreciative of the original English version. So I like that one more. And the German the German audio is like top notch as well. So nothing on that, but I prefer the original one. So
Yeah, I would like to hear Alita Battle Angel in German because between what little German I do know, of course, I can probably recite every line in that movie by every actor. So I would kind of grasp it anyway. But probably there's, isn't Alita playing on free TV or something like that, or some website there in Germany that I could get at it through my I guess VPN maybe.
I mean, not right now on German television. Like the last time I remember was like a few months ago, where they had that on, I think on German television, Pro7, like sometime around 8 p.m. my time, which was the first time in German free TV. But since then, I can't quite remember. I would probably have to watch out for someone else on Twitter to make an announcement because I'm not on top of these things at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to chat about Alita? I mean, I know Avon, I know it's pretty late for you, but I'm telling you, I could sit here and talk for hours. So be warned. So Maxie will tell you that I can run my mouth for hours when it comes to Alita. So
yeah, well, you're not the only one, dude.
Yeah, I know that. I'm a lightweight compared to some of the folks in the Alita Army. So
I should probably write down like some thoughts I had earlier because I had a question in my mind like a few minutes ago, but I totally lost it again. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, hell, it's about what's near 2 o'clock in the morning there, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 a.m. just about now. So,
yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weekend, so
yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to bed at 4 a.m. This morning. So,
Boy, you do that a lot, Maxie. What do you do that for?
let me see if I can pull up the exact reason.
Oh, I think
give
I
me a
know the
second.
reason. The reason's on our screen here. That's what the reason is.
What's it called? Oh, come on, brain work.
Yeah,
Did I
I'm
get
sure
enough sleep?
glad Angela sent me that DM. I'm gonna see what I can do about getting down there. That's
Yeah, I think you should. It's an awesome
oh yeah, I
opportunity.
mean it's not that far from Dallas to Austin. You know, of course she lives in Los Angeles. It's not all that far from Denver to Los Angeles. That's over 1,000 miles, but you know, hey, if you can go 700, if you can go 900 miles, you can go 1,000 miles. So
The last sentence that I would like to say is for people who don't speak English from the first language, I I appreciate very much the closed caption of the Blu-rays because the translation in words in English goes very with a very good fidelity the pronunciation and the verbal expression of the actors. So it's a very very good way to learn English to hear this film and to have the capability to read it in the closed caption of the Blu-ray because it follows very very well the pronunciation and what it's writing.
people don't have much control over their daytime life, refuse to sleep in order to regain some sense of freedom during late night hours.
That is the reason.
You married guys, that's what it is.
The wife had me driving her around most of yesterday to op shops. So
would you go like thrift shops and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, she's in this big thing at the moment about buying cheap pottery and glassware and then reselling it. She got this little sugar bowl with psychedelic colors on it. It's a 70s item. She got it chucked in. We went to it's actually last weekend when you didn't have the stream on. We went to a garage sale, and she got this little bowl thrown in, and she'd been doing all this research, and she realized that it was special, but she didn't realize quite how special, and she put it on an auction on a specialist pottery page on Twitter, not Twitter, sorry, on Facebook.
Wow!
And made $350. So
damn. I'd let her keep doing it if I were you.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm the pilot, you know, driving around.
Well, it's like Hybrid says, we're all here for our girl.
but that is the reason I don't go to bed early enough, basically.
Yeah, wir sind here for our Mädchen. Yeah. Unseres Mädchen, yes.
I got another share for you too.
Okay.
Where are we there? That one.
Yes. Okay, so I can skip mine then.
Oh, you had one?
Well, I got to pull this one up, you know, because I'm doing the stream tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I figured that image was probably the best one I could come up with, where she sits up and goes, "What the hell is this body?"
Yeah.
But we've got Ethan Holloway coming on the stream again from the UK. This is his topic, so hopefully he's got lots to talk about. But would you consider Alita disabled? So that will be the topic for Radio Chaos tomorrow. So everybody tune in and have your say. But Ethan will be on for that one, so we'll hear what he's got to say about that topic.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd consider Alita disabled or not.
Well,
I mean, technically,
different sides of the same coin. I mean, really.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that should be a good discussion right there. Hopefully, some German will come in there too. Avon, what do you think?
Sorry, I had the mic off just now for sneezing.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
If Avon has some opinions on this one, he could join us and give them at the time.
I'll shoot you.
I mean, I certainly could make the time, but I'm not quite sure if I've got like any worthwhile opinions. I mean, sure could talk about it. I mean, just on giving an answer to the question. But not. Let's just say I probably wouldn't be like the best consultant for that. I don't know.
Well, I have my own opinions, but I'll hold them off for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's like Finn says, she's our warrior. So there you go. Yeah.
But at the very least, I'm gonna stop by the chat, of course. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, that's going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So, it'll be a pretty good. I do not recall us ever having a bad Radio Chaos stream. Now, obviously, we've had some really hectic, really chaotic streams, but we've never had a bad one that I can remember. So.
Well, I mean, when all the topics are based around something you love, you're gonna speak with passion. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So that's me done with my advertising. I'll stop sharing that screen there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, anyway, here's our queen right here. I mean, she's she's number one in Creek's book. That's for sure. As far as being an actor, you get that, Maxie? Although actor. But that's right. So she's she's number one for sure. Every time I see something pop up with her face on it, I always give it 4 hearts every single time because she is number one. Yeah, I got to find a way to get down to Austin when I'm in Dallas. So that's probably. I
thought you were going to say I got to find a way to get down to Australia, and I was about to say, yeah, you should.
Well, yeah, I do want to get to Australia. That's on my bucket list. Now, of course, being immortal, it doesn't matter what your bucket list is. So. So, that's just the way it goes. Finestro says, he says my German is good. I don't know about that one, Finestro. Ich glaube, das ist sehr schlecht. Actually, I think it's very bad, but, but I do appreciate it. So, I think as long as I can make Avon laugh, I think I'm in pretty good shape. So,
We don't laugh in Germany. It's all seriousness here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, everybody's serious. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There is no fun in Germany. Go back to work.
Oh, yeah. Man, I tell you, one of the funnest times I had. Funnest? That's not a word. One of the most fun times I had on a vacation was going to Germany and went to Oktoberfest down in München. And I have a friend that has a guest house in Berking, and he sold one of the beers, that they, certainly sell at the Oktoberfest. So we didn't have to sit out in the middle with the dummies. We we got to sit underneath, where underneath the mezzanine that's around the top, and it was kind of fun watching all these people drink themselves silly, Oh gosh.
Some of us don't have to drink all that much to do that.
Yeah, I don't drink too much anymore. I think I had 2 beers when I was at the conference I was at. We had a gala on Tuesday night, and that was a lot of fun. And I think I had 2 beers or 2 wines rather.
It's been 5.5 months since I had any alcohol. I know I have to turn in my Australia card.
Holy crap! Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I'm trying to be ridiculously healthy.
Yes, you're to be commended for that one. That's for sure.
Oh, I increased my barbell weights a couple of nights ago. So
what'd you do?
I've gone from 15 reps back down to 6, but just doing what I can. What did I put? 2.5 kilos on? So I think I'm at 12.5 or maybe a bit more now. It's a bit hard to tell because I don't know exactly how much the bar weighs.
Yeah. One of the things, did
I say barbells? I meant dumbbells. Sorry.
Dumbbells, yeah, dumbbells, not barbells. Yeah, it wouldn't be very much for a dumbbell. For a barbell, really. Yeah, one of the things you might try doing when you're lifting, is maybe make your first set kind of heavy, your first couple of sets or something like that, maybe 3 sets, whatever you feel like doing, make it real heavy to where maybe you only do 5 reps, and then back way off on that, maybe cut it down to half, of what you've just lifted, and do say 15 reps, as what's called a drop set. I guarantee you, yeah, that'll if you're doing curls or kickbacks or something like that, your muscles will scream. Yeah, I love doing that. So anyway, that's
what I have been doing is a lighter set first to warm the muscles up and get them used to the movement, because I got to be really careful not to injure myself.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
So I usually warm up on the treadmill and then do like the hand grippers to get my grip working, and then I do light sets to warm up all my muscles and get them used to the movement. Then I move on to the heavy weights to really stretch the muscles.
Yeah.
It's just all safety kind of, got to be careful.
Well, yeah, you got to, right? I mean, yeah, you have to do that, don't you?
Yeah, I got to be really careful not to injure myself.
By the way, Kowalczyk Carl says he's looking for a Japanese version of Alita Battle Angel. Do we know where that is, Maxie, or?
Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. He could, if he's on Twitter, he could tweet out and ask and see if anybody in the Alita Army. I know there's a couple of people from Japan and that sort of frequent the regular tweets from the Alita Army, so maybe they'd have some sort of access to that. I do know it was dubbed into Japanese, so it will be there somewhere.
That actually reminds me, Japanese version of the movie just now. When they went to the different premieres around the world, how many did they have? Like 5, 6, or 7? Do they actually, every time they go to one of the premieres, do they go to the cinema and then actually watch the entire movie in that particular language version of the country they are in, or how does that work? Or do they just stay there for a photo op and then off again? I'm curious to know how premieres
apparently Koshiro went to 5 premieres, so
whoa,
so, he got around.
Yeah, he doesn't speak English, does he?
Apparently not.
Probably just a bit.
He know. Well, one of his pastimes is reading translation dictionaries. So that's why there's so much German in Gumu, is because he really likes the Japanese German dictionary. So he was reading it, and it started using the words out of it. That was the reason.
Well, I know he got to Rosa when he called her Alita, didn't he?
Yeah.
That got her.
But yeah, he was running around with a translator when he went to Austin to look in on the movie set.
Yeah. Okay. So any last thoughts, I guess? Maxie, do you have any last thoughts?
We're only here for our girl. Sorry.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. No problem. How about you, Avon? Any last thoughts?
No, I expended my wealth of thoughts for tonight.
Yeah, trying to keep up with us English speakers. trying to speak German. I had to be a hoot.
I'm sure he's been muting himself so he can have a bit of a chuckle now.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay, Stefani Sung, any last thoughts?
I'm good. That was for English version.
Okay.
I was just trying to read German.
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine. Yes, just relaxing.
Yes. Alejandro, you got any last thoughts?
Sure. I think this conversation is a very good analysis of the new version of the Babel Tower. That is the version of the Iron City, and it's a very good way to introducing that word, taking into consideration the different languages that it needs, and obviously the different origins of the actors,
Okay.
because the cast always gets the same idea that these different people who introduce in that world, because it is crime from the British for the British Island. His accent is very British, right? And Koyomi is from Vietnamese, I think. Tanji is from, I think, Costa Rica or maybe Puerto Rico. I don't know, but it's some parts of some countries of that. And another from, well, Christoph Waltz from Germany, and the another American actors. But I think it's very interesting how the languages, the actors, and cartels, and papers, and many things, they uh, show us that the world is like a new Babel Tower. That's all.
Yeah. One thing I just want to add to that too is that the the Alita Army, it's like Maxie says, when we on Radio Chaos is, worldwide fandom, but I think it's also like we're a worldwide family, aren't we? I mean, we're a family that speaks many languages, but we have one common interest, don't we? We all love Alita, and we want that sequel. That's
Great
the Creek
point.
wants. Yeah, the Creek wants more in the sequel, but the sequel will tide me over for a little bit, and then I'm going to be on to okay. Now I want a trilogy. Now I want a series. Now I want some anime, live action series. Now I want a live action anime. I'm going to be after them until I'm like 614 when I meet Alita. So, so okay.
I would greatly like to catch up with you at some point, like age-wise.
Yes.
Keep going as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just keep working out, Maxie. That's the way to do it.
Oh, that's the plan.
Yep. Okay. So anyway, why is this image here? Well, we kind of know why this image is here, don't we? Because I like it, and I'm running the stream. And to paraphrase Gowishka, I'm only here for our girl and the Alita Army. And of course, the whole Alita Army says, we are only here for our girl, so that our girl is what's important to us. We want to get that sequel. So,
Definitely want a sequel too.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I know, I've got to say myself.
Yes.
I want a sequel, and Rob is good job in this movie this time.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes, that is right. Yep.
Yeah, because Rob has made a ton of movies now watching when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I'm hoping Disney gets off the snide and quits doing all these reboots and give us our sequel. So, that's what we want. So, yeah. Okay, so I guess no other final words. I guess we'll do our call to action, which happens to be film those sequels, baby. Funny that's what it is now. So on my count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Film those sequels,
baby. All right, we will see you next Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Radio Chaos stream.
See you next time.